Welcome to our podcast. Today we're diving into a dating system that turns the whole approach of decoding signals on its head. It's called the Sexual Decoder System by Craig Miller.
I'm excited to jump into this. What's the nitty-gritty about it?
Well, essentially, it's designed to help men identify specific, often unconscious signals that women give off when they're interested, right? Instead of the typical approach of boosting your confidence and hammering out scripted lines, this program teaches you to read subtle cues.
Yep, that's definitely a fresh twist compared to the usual dating guides.
Exactly. I mean, there are so many dating courses out there that basically rehash the same tired ideas. But this one, it's like a breath of fresh air. It teaches you how to filter out the women who aren't into meeting someone and focus on the ones who are.
Right, it's like having a built-in radar for interest, isn't it?
Yes, yeah, absolutely. And one of the points that really caught my attention was that Craig Miller, the guy behind it, even made an appearance on CNN with Anderson Cooper. Despite the usual media skepticism around dating coaches, his segment sort of flipped the script and sort of added credibility to his approach.
Yep, that's a bold move, and it sounds like it struck a chord. So how does it actually work?
So, the Sexual Decoder System is built around 9 high-definition video modules, each one led by Craig Miller himself. These modules break down the nuances of body language and the subtle cues women give, even when they're not fully aware of it. The idea is learning to decode these unconscious gestures so you already know if someone is interested.
Got it. So it's less about forcing an approach and more about, reading the signs, right?
Yeah, exactly. Think of it like tuning into a radio frequency. You're trying to pick up the exact signal that tells you, hey, she's interested, rather than blasting a message to everyone.
That sounds super efficient. What else comes with the system?
Alongside those 9 core video modules, you also get a few bonuses, like a body language speed reading guide, something they call the Secret Language Pocket Decoder, and a bonus module known as the Hot, Young, and Horny Crash Course. There's also a 14-day free pass to the Sexual Decoder Inner Circle training, which is usually billed at about $49.95 a month.
Interesting. So there's an upsell with the Inner Circle training. Do you think that's a necessary add-on?
Well, that's where it gets a bit tricky. The review points out that while the core system is solid, the Inner Circle training isn't bundled in for free like you might hope. It's sort of an extra subscription that kicks in after the trial period. It definitely might not be for everyone.
Yeah, I can see how that extra cost might make some people pause, especially if they're just looking for an all-in-one solution.
True, but then again, the overall concept is to help you target the women who are already sending these subtle cues of interest. Rather than trying to convert every encounter into something with some pre-packaged talk, you focus on what naturally is going on.
Yep, I like that. It seems a lot smarter, especially for those who might be more introverted or just not the approach anyone you see type.
Exactly. It's like, say, instead of shouting into a crowded room, you're listening to the quiet hints, the glances, the posture, even the way her hand might brush against her hair.
That makes a lot of sense. It's less about changing who you are and more about leveraging cues that are already there.
Right, and that's a strong selling point. The review even notes that many current dating guides expect you to transform into someone overly extroverted, which isn't realistic for many guys. Instead, this system lets you work with what already works naturally for you.
But don't you think that by limiting it to decoding only overt cues, there might be cases where the signals are too subtle or misinterpreted?
That's a fair point. The system does come with a bit of a caveat. It's designed to help you filter out women who are clearly not into engaging. But if you have a specific person in mind who's playing hard to get, then it might not be as effective.
Right.
The approach is best if the cues are naturally embedded.
So it's not a magic bullet for every dating scenario, but rather a tool that works best when the signs are there to be read clearly.
Precisely. It's very targeted. The modules break down exactly what to do when, how to escalate physical or romantic levels based on those unconscious signals. It's like customizing your approach based on signals that are already being fired.
And at $69.95, it sounds competitively priced compared to other dating systems out there, isn't it?
Yep, that's another highlight. It comes off as a good deal, especially because many dating products might even cost more without offering this kind of nuanced insight. It's geared for complete newbies, and even those who have some experience but haven't quite cracked the code.
I really appreciate that angle. It's not about trying to transform you into someone completely different, but rather enhancing what you naturally do.
Exactly, and I think that's what makes it refreshing compared to the many guides out there that demand you be overly bold or dramatic.
Yeah.
You get a system that works with your existing personality.
So, if someone is serious about filtering potential partners more effectively and saving time on, well, a lot of awkward interactions, this might be the way to go.
Absolutely. It's kind of like having a cheat code in a video game, except it's all about reading the environment and optimizing your interaction rather than brute force everything.
Yep, I like that analogy. A cheat code that lets you unlock the level faster by decoding hidden signals.
Right? It's like having an insider's guide to the unspoken rules of attraction. It actually saves you a lot of time and hassle in the dating game.
And I guess that's what most people want these days, to work smarter, not harder, in dating.
Exactly, but of course it's not without its downsides. As we touched upon, the inner circle training requiring an additional subscription could be seen as a drawback.
Yeah, I can see that being a sticking point. If you're already investing in the system, an extra $50 a month might feel like too steep an additional expense for some users.
True, and that's definitely a valid critique. However, the review also points out that this extra content might be geared towards those who want ongoing training, a sort of premium upgrade for continuous tips.
Makes sense? So, in your view, it seems the core system itself is worth it, with the bonus content as an optional, albeit valuable, enhancement.
Yep, that's exactly it. The Sexual Decoder System at its base provides a unique and effective strategy for decoding interest without forcing you to adopt an artificial persona. And the overall package, priced at $69.95, feels like a competitive offering in a market saturated with rehashed ideas.
It does sound like a game changer for those looking to up their dating game without drastic personality changes.
Absolutely. For anyone who wants to understand and work with natural, unconscious signals rather than just shooting in the dark, this system could really transform how they approach dating.
And that natural element seems to be its biggest strength, honoring what already exists in your own communication style.
Right on. So, while it's not a one-size-fits-all solution, especially if you're targeting someone who's playing hard to get, it definitely offers a smart way to navigate the often murky waters of attraction.
I'd say if you're tired of the cookie-cutter techniques that make dating feel like a chore, then checking out Craig Miller's Sexual Decoder System might just be the refreshing change you need.
Exactly. And that's our take, a system that lets you streamline your dating approach by tapping into real, often unnoticed signals rather than relying on generic strategies.
Likely so. Thanks for breaking that down so thoroughly. It seems like a worthy investment for anyone serious about refining their dating game.
Absolutely. If you're looking to work smarter by letting your natural cues do a bit of the talking, then this might just be your secret weapon.
And that wraps up our deep dive into the Sexual Decoder System. Thanks for the engaging chat, and I'm sure our listeners have plenty to chew over.
Thanks for tuning in, folks. Until next time, keep decoding those signals and happy dating.